So let's begin our class today as we find our seated mountain pose. Make sure both hips are stable on our chairs, our feet resting comfortably and fully on the floor. If you happen to not have shoes on, you can pick up all 10 toes and then place them back down on the mat. So we've got established that foundation. Balance out the weight of our upper body between both hips, both legs, both feet. Bring our shoulders over our hips. Gently lengthen out through the crown of our head. Begin to balance out our upper body, left and right, front and back. So we almost feel ourselves suspended in our seated mountain posture. And once we feel physically centered and balanced, let's move our attention to our breathing as we balance out the flow of our breath. Inhaling and exhaling through our nose if that's accessible for us today. Let the breath flow smoothly, evenly. Feeling the breath beginning to flow more fully, more effortlessly, as we each connect to the rhythm of our breath. As we breathe, bring our attention to the top of our head. And moving through our body, let's relax any tension from our face and jaw. Release the stress from our neck and shoulders. Let our arms, hands, and fingers relax. Let our spines, low back, and hips relax. Relaxing our legs, our feet, our toes. Feeling our full presence physically on our chairs. We're fully present in our practice, fully connected with our breath, fully present in the moment. As always, let's check in and acknowledge any areas of our body that might need a little extra care today. Let's listen to and honor our bodies throughout our practice. Each one of us finding our perfect practice for us today, without expectations and without judgment. So taking a few more moments, I should say, to breathe, to maybe mentally scan through our bodies once more, quieting and centering our minds, as well as centering and relaxing our bodies. Fully connected with our breath, fully present in our moment. Let's take one last long, relaxing inhalation in. Find with a nice, relaxing, long exhalation out. Next inhale, we're going to gently extend our chin up towards the ceiling, maybe bring our gaze up as well. As we exhale, we're going to float our chin back to neutral, which is parallel to the mat or the floor. And then inhale, tuck the chin down, gently extending through the back of our neck. Exhale, coming back to center. Inhale, chin up, maybe our gaze up. Exhale, as we bring our chin back to center, find a point in the distance to focus on. And then inhale, as we tuck our chin down, we're going to bring our gaze down to the floor as well. Back to center as we exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, center. Inhale down. Exhale, center. Close your eyes, take a breath. Let go of any tension we might have accumulated in our shoulders. And then eyes open, find that point in the distance, and inhale, we're going to turn our head to the right. Bring your gaze to the right as well. and then exhale back to center, and then to the left. So your choice to keep your eyes closed or let the gaze move with the chin. Back to center, and to the left, and center. One more gentle turn to the right, and center. One more turn to the left, and center. Take a breath here, close your eyes. As we inhale, eyes gaze straight ahead, relax all the muscles in our face. Exhale, we're gonna squeeze all the muscles in our face as tight as we can, like we're making a fist. And then inhale, slowly let everything relax. We just wanna release any stress or tension in our face, in our jaw. Exhale, squeeze tight. Inhale, release. One more time, exhale, squeeze as tight as we can, tight, tight, tight. And then as we inhale, let everything relax and release. Feel that warming, relaxing energy flowing into every cell in our face. Coming back to mountain, let's bring our arms to our sides, and we're just gonna do some arm swings. Just get the rest of our body kind of moving. Feel free to bend your elbows, make a gentle fist with your hands, pump some energy and warmth into those fingers. Good, and then we're gonna crisscross. Swing our arms out and across. And again, feel free to bend the elbows, make a gentle fist. We're just moving our joints, warming up not only our joints, but our muscles. Good, and then let's rest our arms down by our side. We're gonna do our Celtic Cross for our shoulders today. So one of the things with balance, especially when we're standing, if we're all tight and stiff, obviously we're not gonna move as easily and as fluidly. So again, agility is part of our balance. So we're gonna loosen up that tension in our shoulders, because most of us, including myself, hold a lot of tension and tightness in my shoulders, not only when I'm stressed, but when I'm cold, I find myself like this. When I drive, I find myself like this. So, we want to reverse those patterns that our muscles get used to doing. So let's start with our right arm first. So bring both arms down and just kind of notice there might be some differences between the right and the left shoulders to start with. And then we're going to start with just the right side. We're going to bring our shoulder all the way up to our ear, squeeze it, and then fully release it down. Let those muscles relax. Again, we're going to draw that shoulder up to our ear, squeeze as tight as we can, and then fully release. One more time. Draw it up. Relax it down. We might already be starting to feel some differences between the right and the left shoulder. So we're going to go the other way. So we're going to reach our fingertips down. So we're going to try to create as much space between the ear and the shoulder, and then let it just float back up to neutral. We're going to reach it down, relax back up. One more time, reach it down, and then relax it back up. Pause here, let all those muscles relax. We got 2 more ways to go. So when we think of a Celtic cross, or just any cross, we've got 4 corners or 4 points. So we've done the top and the bottom point. This time we're going to bring this right shoulder, we're going to round it forward. So as we bring that shoulder forward, let the whole arm move. So the palm should face back, and then release. Palm faces in as we relax. Let's do it again. Maybe changing the angle a little bit, like maybe we go a little bit up and then bring it back to center. One more time, maybe as we roll it forward, kind of bring it down a little bit. And then let's come back to center. One more corner or one more point to go. So same thing, this time we're going to bring our shoulder back. So as we pull our shoulder back, the palm maybe comes forward. So we should feel a gentle squeeze on that right shoulder blade, and then let that arm float back to neutral. We're going to do it 2 more times, maybe changing that angle a little bit. So maybe that shoulder, as we move it back, comes up a little bit, and then let it fully relax back to the center. One more time, maybe bring it down a little bit, and then back to center. Okay, check in left and right. We're not quite done yet. We're going to bring those 4 corners together. So we're going to bring our shoulder all the way up. We're going to go all the way forward. all the way down, all the way back. Up, forward, down, and back. Once you have your four corners, start to smooth it out. 3 more circles. Moving around our Celtic Cross, and then release that arm down. Take a breath. We're going to do that same flow, but we're going to go the opposite way. So we're going to bring that shoulder all the way up, all the way back, all the way down, all the way forward. So let your arm kind of move organically. The arms rotating in that shoulder joint as we circle around one more time. Hitting all 4 corners, our full range of motion, and then as we bring that arm down, pause here. Checking in with the left and the right shoulders, maybe feeling some differences. My right shoulder feels a little warmer, a little lower than the right shoulder, or the left shoulder, I should say. So let's go to the other side, try to balance ourselves out. So here we go. We're going to bring that left shoulder, squeeze it all the way up, release it down. Squeeze it up, relax it down. One more time, squeeze it up. You can change those angles a little bit, going a little forward, going a little back, release it all the way back down. Pause here, let all those muscles relax, and then we're going to reach left fingertips down, create as much space between the ear. So we're not tipping over, we're just lengthening, and then let that shoulder float back to neutral. Reaching it down, back to neutral. One more time, extending down. Remember, you can change the angle a little bit if that feels good. Kind of move intuitively. Let your body tell you the way it wants to move. So we've got upper and lower points. Let's go forward. So we're going to bring that left shoulder forward. Let the palm rotate back and then back to neutral. 2 more times. Again, change the angle. Maybe lifting that shoulder a little bit, going more of a little bit upward diagonal or a lower diagonal. Back to neutral, and then we're going to go the other way. So we're going to bring that shoulder back, palm facing forward, and back to neutral. And then again, feel free to change the angle if that feels good for you. We're doing this with awareness while we breathe. We don't want to force the muscles, kind of find that comfortable motion, and then let's come back. Let's put those 4 corners together. So here we go. We're going to go all the way up, all the way forward, all the way down, all the way back. 2 more. Once you've got those 4 corners, smooth it out into a nice circular movement or oval movement. Might even hear a little creaking, cracking, crinkling. As long as it doesn't hurt, that's good. And then let's come back to neutral. Take a breath, and then we're going to go the other way. So we're going to go up, back, down, and forward. Find those 4 corners, smooth it out into a nice flow. One more time. And then let's bring both hands, come back to seated mount, and take a breath or 2 here. Just taking note of the differences in our neck, shoulders, maybe across our upper back, maybe even across the front of our chest. Maybe even our arms feel a little more relaxed. With our hands on our lap, scoot forward a little bit so you have a little space behind. We're going to continue with our cat-cow flowing to warm up our spine. So as we inhale, we're going to gently lift our heart, let the shoulders relax down away from the ears, maybe bring our gaze up. And then as we exhale, we're going to pull our belly in. Tuck your tailbone under, roll your shoulders forward a little bit as we tuck our chin, opening up the back of our spine in cat. Inhale, let's flow back to cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more inhaling into cow. One more exhalation into cat. And then as we flow back to neutral, flow your arms down alongside of our body. We're going to start to warm up the sides of our spine. So as we inhale, we're going to start to slide this right hand up our ribs, lift the elbow. And then exhale, release it back down, and then go to the other side. So let's all start here. Check in with your shoulders, check in with your spine, check in with your low back. One elbow reaching up, one arm reaching down. If that feels good, maybe we can bring fingertips to shoulders, elbow lifting a little higher as we flow from side to side. So feel free to stay in either of those variations or maybe a whole arm extension over. So again, adjust to how you're feeling. If we have shoulder or neck issues, staying with this little bit smaller range of motion for the shoulder joint works fine. Let's do each side. We're still warming up both sides of our spine. And keeping that length front to back, side to side, bring the hands to heart. We're going to bring our thumbs to rest at our sternum. Relax the top of the shoulders. As we inhale, gently twist to the right. Back to center, and then twist to the left. A few more flows in each direction. One more twist to the right. One more twist to the left. And as we come back to center, let's come back to seated mountain. Take a breath or two here. Feel free to grab a drink now or anytime during the class that you need to. So we're going to start to warm up our lower body. We're going to start with a little hip lift. So one hand on each thigh, or we can bring it to the side of the chair. On our next inhalation, we're just going to lift our right hip off. So we're going to use our core muscles to lift that hip and then slowly release, and then the other hip. So alternating hips. You can stay here stationary, or you can do a hip walk forward. So a few more muscles have to work, and then a hip walk back. So lift one hip, bring it forward. Try not to use your hands, try not to use your feet or legs. It's all here in our core. Let's hip walk forward one more time. If we're hip walking, if not, just lifting, alternating hips. And kind of plant yourself in the center of our chair. Hands can stay on our lap, on our leg, and we're going to lift one leg now and the other. So going a little deeper into the hips, starting to warm up the quadriceps, the big muscles in the front of our thigh. Good. One more leg lift or a slow march. And then we're going to inhale, we're going to extend the right leg. So reach through that heel and then rebend, and let's do the left leg. So we're activating, as we reach through the heel, we're activating the quadriceps. We're starting to warm up the back of the legs, starting to warm up the knee joints. Next time that right leg extends out, we're going to point and flex, warming up the ankles. Nice stretch for the bottoms of our feet as well. So in flexibility, let's do the other. Do our feet, especially the sole of our feet, the plantar fasciitis, can affect our balance when we're walking, when we're moving. And then slowly release. Let's go back to the right leg. We're going to circle the ankle. If you happen to be in socks or bare feet, spread the toes out as well. You might even be able to do it in your shoes. I don't know, it depends. Both directions, and then slowly lower that leg. Let's go to the other leg. We're going to circle around both directions. And then slowly release. Shake out those legs a little bit. Take a nice breath. We're going to lift that right leg. We're just going to do a little hip hinge. So we want to open the inner and outer hip a little bit. Good. Lower that leg. Lift the other leg. Nice little hip hinge. Again, you decide. Don't force your hip to move. Let your body move naturally. We're moving with our breath. We're still listening to our body. And then as we come back to center, we're going to do 3 rounds of a seated salutation, not our sun salutations. And then we're going to do our blast off. to build some strength. So remember, we need not only flexibility and agility, we need strength to help our balance. So let's start with some seated salutations. So let's start with our hands in prayer. On an inhale, both arms are going to sweep overhead. As we exhale, just the right arm comes down. We're going to lengthen through the left. Inhale, bring that right arm up. Exhale, left arm goes down. Inhale, both arms. Exhale, we're going to reach our arms out, hinge forward. Bring your arms slightly behind you, palms down like a jet plane. As we inhale, arms reach overhead. As we exhale, we're going to sweep our arms from the side. Bring that right knee up. We can either lift the knee or hug the knee in. And then inhale. Exhale, let's do the other knee. Inhale, arms overhead. As we exhale, we're going to do a bicycle. So right elbow, left knee, and then opposite. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to hearts. We're going to repeat that 2 more times. So let's inhale, both arms overhead. Exhale, right arm down. Left arm up. Inhale. Exhale, other arm down. Nice lengthening from fingertip to fingertip, both arms up. As we exhale, hinge forward, use those cores, reach those arms back. Feel a little squeeze in the shoulder blades. Inhale, arms come back up. Exhale, sweep the arms, lift the right knee, hug it in if you can. And then the left knee gets a little lift or a hug as well. Inhale, arms overhead. As we exhale, we're going to bring our arms more to cactus as we bring knee and elbow towards each other. And then knee and elbow. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. 1 more time. Inhale, both arms sweep overhead. Exhale, right arm down. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, left arm down. Inhale. As we exhale, hinging forward, reaching. Feel that strength in our upper body. Back overhead, keeping that length. We're going to keep the spine long as we hug that knee in. Let's hug the other knee in. Inhale, arms overhead. As we exhale, bend the elbows, knee to elbow. Other knee to elbow. As we inhale, extend 1 more time. Exhale, hands to heart. Take a breath. From here, we're going to do our blast off. So we're going to count down from 10. Blast off is coming off of our chairs. So we're going to do our countdown, and you need to count. This is important. Even though I can't hear you, I'm going to trust you all to count out loud, because brain and body working together helps with our balance, because we have to stay in the moment and stay focused. So we're going to press through the heels. We can just lift a little bit up off the chair. Maybe we use our hands on our thighs. Maybe we use the chair. So it might be a little lift. We might stand all the way up, sit all the way down. Go at your pace. Do what feels right to you. When we reach 1, we'll start the countdown at 10. We're going to all blast off to stand, and then we'll stay standing. So are we ready? Here we go. 10, 9, 8. Remember, we can just lift our hips. 7, 6. Press through the heels. 5, 4, 3, 2. 1 more. We're going to go 1 up, 1 down, and everybody blast off. Yay! All right, great. So let us come behind our chairs. If you need to take a seat for a few breaths, feel free to do that. But we're going to find a mountain pose behind our chairs. So just like seated mountain, we want our legs to be hip distance apart. We want to stay strong and stable. Hands can be on the chair or resting alongside our body. Our spine is long, our chin is parallel, shoulders over hips. Again, let's find that balance. Front and back, left and right sides of our body. And then holding onto our chair. We're going to inhale. Let's lift our heels and hold for 5 breaths. release, heels down. Next inhale, we're going to lift our heels and we're going to bring our right arm straight up and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Feel free to shake out your feet a little bit. We'll do a little stretch. We're going to lift our heels again, this time the left arm. So right hand's on the chair, maybe just a few fingers. So we're balancing, we're focused, we're breathing, and then slowly release. We're going to do that one more time. Your choice, 2 hands on the chair, 1 hand on the chair, or maybe both heels, both hands off the chair. And we're holding, breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Then we're going to shake out our feet, shake out our legs, holding onto the chair. We're going to go the other way. So we're going to rock back on our heels. So as we inhale, we're going to lift our toes. So we're not bringing our hips back. Our spine stays long, and we're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then lower. Shake it out. Next time, let's lift our toes, lift the right arm, breathe and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. We're going to do it one more time. We're not going to do 2 hands for this one. No worries. Here we go. Keep the core engaged, shoulders over hips as we rock back. Left arm floats up. Breathing. Find 1 point for 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Good. Let's do a few struts. Keeping our feet hip distance apart. We're going to move the other way. So we're going to warm up our hips and knees a little bit more. Holding onto the chair. Next inhale, we're going to start to slide our hips behind, bend the knees, coming into a chair pose. So we still have our feet flat, but more of our weight is on our heels. When we look down, we should be able to see our toes. Hands are on the chair, shoulders down away from our ears, press through the heels to come up. Inhale, let's sink back into chair. And release. So here we go. We're going to move into chair. Bring that right arm up, hold here. So we're strengthening our legs and our core for 3, 2, 1, and coming out. Feel free to shake anything out in between. Take a nice breath, recenter, inhale. Hips move back, left arm reaches up. Breathing and holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come out. Shake that out, roll your shoulders. Take a breath. Here we go. Last time. Both hands on the chair, 1 hand on the chair, both arms float up as we find our chair pose. Belly in, shoulder blades on our back. Breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Good. Let's do a few little stretch. Roll the shoulders. Take a breath or 2 here. We're going to flow the other way now. So let's hold on to the chair. Let's inhale, right arm's going to reach forward and up. Exhale, release it down. Let's do the left arm. And flow it down. Holding onto the chair, right leg is going to reach back behind. Feel the glutes activate, starting to open up the front of the hip and slowly release down. And then the left leg. Let's do right arm, right leg. Inhale and exhale. Left arm, left leg. Inhaling. So again, pay attention to your shoulders. Maybe arm just comes halfway up. Maybe the elbow stays bent. And the left side. And then let's challenge our brain. Let's inhale, right leg, left arm. Exhale, release. Inhale, right arm, left leg. Do each one more time, and then we're going to hold this for our balance. The next time we inhale, right leg, left arm, we're going to balance here. A little micro bend in the left knee. Your choice to float this right hand off the chair as we breathe and hold. And slowly release. One more time, core engages, left leg, right arm. Maybe one finger, maybe our hand just floats for a second. As we breathe and hold. And slowly release. Nice job. Shake that out. Roll the shoulders. Shake out one leg a little bit. Shake out the other leg. And then we're going to step our feet wide. Turn your toes slightly out. So maybe toes are at 11 and 1, 10 and 2. Spine stays long. So shoulders are over hips. On an inhale, we're going to bend both knees. So we might not go very far, but we want to keep our shoulders over our hips. So we don't want to lean forward. We want that tailbone pointed directly at the floor. Shoulders are over hips. Press through the heels to come back up. Inhale, gently bend the knees. Make sure the knees feel safe. Pressing back up. Let's just go through a few more flows. And then we're going to add some arm flows. So let's straighten our legs, bring our right arm up, palm facing forward. Take an inhale. We're going to bend both knees, bend the right elbow. And then straighten the arms, straighten the legs. Inhaling and exhaling. One more time with just the right arm. And then we're going to lower that right arm. We're going to extend the left arm, palm forward. Inhale, bend both knees, bend the left elbow. And then straighten back up. Two more times with just the left arm. We're going to do that flow one more time. Your choice, both hands on the chair, one arm doing moonflowers, or both arms up. As we inhale, one or both elbows as both knees bend. We're doing two more times. So if you're doing one arm at a time, switch to the other arm. Strengthening through the inner outer hips. Strengthening our upper back. And then arms are going to come back down. Our hands come to the chair. And we're going to walk our feet back and do a little stretch. Roll the shoulders. Take a nice breath or two here. And then we're going to turn sideways. Come sideways to the back of our chair. So we're going to do a little arm leg flow to build strength in our outer hip. And the standing leg is going to get some strength as well. So let's start with just our leg. We're going to inhale and we're going to tap out at 12 o'clock. Spine is long. And then we're going to exhale, slide it out to 3 o'clock. Inhale, slide it back to 6 o'clock. And then let's come back to center. So inhale 12, exhale 3. Inhale 6, exhale center. Toe can be on the floor, circle around, or we can float it off the floor. So let's inhale to 12, exhale to 3, inhale to 6, exhale center. One more time, and then we're going to add on a little bit. So we're going to go into 12 to 3 to 6 and center. This time, let's hold on to the chair with our left hand for sure. We're going to add the arm flow. So as our right leg reaches forward, so does our right arm. And then we're going to slide or bring that right leg out, that right arm out to 3. As we bring our leg to 6, arm is going to reach overhead. And then we're going to float it down. Good, let's do that 2 more times. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, and down. Good, one more time. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling. And this time as we exhale, bring your arm down, bring your right foot forward. And maybe lift that left hand just for a breath or 2. Holding and breathing. Balancing on one leg and then slowly release. Shake everything out, roll your shoulders. Let's turn it around to the other side. So take a moment here, maybe feeling a little different between the left and right sides of our body. So here we go, let's start. We're going to bring that left foot out to 12 as we inhale, exhale. It's coming to 9, inhale to 6. So start with your toe on the floor. Let's do that one more time as we inhale 12, exhale 9, inhale 6. So you should feel these big muscles supporting our hip joint. So important for our balance and stability. Let's come back to center. Keep the toe on the floor. Inhale, float it up as we come to 12. Exhale to 9. Inhale to 6 and back. One more time before we add the arm. 12 to 9. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath to 6 and down. Here we go. Left arm is going to meet the left leg forward as we inhale, out to the side as we exhale. As the leg goes back, the arm goes overhead. Exhale, everything comes back to center. One more time. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, and center. Actually, let's do that flow one more time. So we want to get our bodies used to standing on one leg, and we're moving the opposite limb or the opposite side. So we're challenging our balance a little bit more. This time we're going to do our balance. So we're going to reach forward, we're going to come side, we're going to go back and up, and then as we come down, lift that knee forward, bring that arm down, challenge your balance maybe by floating just to one fingertip of the right, or maybe just lifting that right hand to hover over the chair. Keep breathing, stay strong and steady. One more breath, and then slowly release. Shake everything, shake out your legs, roll your shoulders. Coming behind our chairs. We're going to do one warrior one pose. So warrior poses are our strengthening poses, not only for our bodies, but our minds. Everything has to work together to hold our warrior poses. Sorry, I needed a drink real quick. So let's come to the back of our chairs, find our mountain pose. Shoulders over hips, find your center. Right foot's going to step back. Once we've got our right foot behind us, turn your toes slightly out to the side. Left toes still face forward. Let's bend our right knee, or excuse me, our left knee. Right heel stays down. So once we feel strong and stable here, gently press through both feet. Feel those leg muscles activate, the muscles hugging around the bones and joints. Our hips are strong, spine is long. Let's extend our right arm overhead. So feel free to stay here, left hand on the chair, left hand to our hip, or maybe left arm can come up to meet the right. Breathing here. Our legs are strong, our hips are stable, our spine is aligned, our shoulders are relaxed. We're breathing, we're strong, we're centered in our warrior one. One more inhalation. As we exhale, we're going to bring our hands to our chair first. We're going to step back and move into a downward dog. So let's keep our right leg where it is, step our left foot back to meet the right, and then start to walk back a little bit more till we have ourselves bent in half. So a straight line from the crown of our head to our hips, from our hips to our heels, maybe with a little bend in the knee. Take 3 breaths here. Feel that nice stretch through the back of our body. And then slowly we're going to make our way back up to mountain. Roll the shoulders back. Recenter in mountain pose. And then left foot's going to step back. So you decide how far back you want to step. Your left toes turn out so you have a wider base. That left heel stays down. Right toes face forward. As we bend the right knee, we want the knee and ankle to be stacked on top of each other. So we don't want that knee really far forward of our toes. Once we have that stable base, if you're a little wobbly, walk that right foot out. Press through both feet, feel those legs activate. Extend the left arm overhead. Relax the shoulder. Find your balance, your center here. Feel free to keep the right hand on the chair. Maybe float the right hand to the hip, or bring that right arm up to meet the left in our warrior one. Remember, we're all doing the best pose for our bodies today. Breathe. You should be able to center, to feel strong but relaxed. and calm in our warrior one. One more inhalation as we exhale. Let's bring our hands to our chairs. Step your left foot forward to meet the right, mountain pose. Do a few shoulder rolls back, and then arms are going to reach behind. Palms are facing in. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Hands can stay separated, or we can interlace our fingers. Pressing back, opening up across the front of our chest. Take a few breaths here. And then slowly, let's release our arms, roll your shoulders, shake out your hands a little bit. And we have one more, we have our balance pose. We're gonna do our tightrope today. So even though we're gonna be on both feet, we have to challenge our balance a little bit differently. So let's come behind our chairs. We're gonna step our right foot out first. So make your imaginary tightrope. And then we're going to bring our left foot in front of the right. So heel to toe is the most challenging. Put a little bend in both knees. Left hand's going to stay on the chair. Right arm can come out. So find our balance here. Maybe we can come to one fingertip. Maybe we can bring both arms out. Remember to breathe. Stay focused. And while we're on our tightrope, let's bring our left hand back to the chair, and I'd like everybody to close their eyes. And just notice how your body adjusts. So we use our sight for balance. When we don't have sight, it's a little more challenging. And if you really feel still balanced, maybe try floating that left hand off the chair just for a second. I don't want anybody falling off their tightrope. Good. Keep breathing. One more breath. Hand on the chair. Open your eyes. Let's step off of our tightrope. Shake everything out. Roll the shoulders. We're going to do that one more time. This time, the left foot's going to step out first. The right foot's going to be in front. So same foot position, but the feet are reversed, which might challenge our balance differently. So little micro bend. We don't want to be all stiff. Remember, we need some flexibility. One arm out, maybe the other arm out. Find one point to gaze at. Find your balance here. Your hand has to stay on the chair or hovering. Feel free. You want to feel safe. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. Just feel all the little muscles moving around to keep our balance here on our tightrope. Let's bring our hand to our chair, whichever one. Close your eyes. Challenge our balance with our eyes closed with our feet in this position. And again, if you need a little more challenge, float some fingers off the chair just for breath. Don't go far for that hover. One more breath, and then hand firmly on the chair before we step off our tightrope. Shaking out one leg, shaking out the other, rolling the shoulders, and let's have a seat. Finding our seated mountain pose once more. So take a moment to settle once more in our seated mountain. Feel free to get a quick drink of water. Take a few relaxing centering breaths. Feel that energy flowing within us. Feel the strength of our bodies. Our minds are focused and alert. Bring our full presence into the moment. For our next inhalation, let's extend our right arm overhead. We're Reaching up through the fingertips. If our shoulders feel a little tense, bend your elbow, place your hand on your head, or we can add that lateral extension. Relaxing the shoulders. And then let's slowly bring that arm down. Recenter, noticing any differences between the left and the right. And now let's balance out. Left arm reaches over. Pausing here, checking in. Feel free to bend that elbow. That's going to take tension out of the shoulder. Add an extension if that feels right for us today. Breathing here. And slowly releasing that arm down. As we come back to mountain, right arm's going to reach out. This time we're only going to come halfway up. Relax the shoulders. Keep our gaze at our right hand. And on an inhale, we're going to sweep this right arm back and we're going to follow that arm as it reaches back. And then as exhale, let's come back to center. Again, inhaling, following that hand. So it's an open twist. Let's come back to center. This time, the right arm is going to go out to the right, but we're going to turn our head and look towards the left. Getting a little different opening across the front of the shoulders. As we exhale, bring everything back to center. Let's do it one more time. Inhaling, arm goes right, head turns left. And then exhale, bring everything to center and lower that arm. Take a moment here. Again, acknowledging maybe having a little more space in that right shoulder area than the left. Let's go to the other side. So left arm's going to reach out. Relax the shoulders. And here we go. Inhale, we're going to follow that left arm. And follow it back in. Keep it about chest height, inhaling. We don't want it higher than our shoulder. And back to center. This time, arm's going to go left, head's going to turn right. And then everything comes back to center. Let's do it one more time. Inhaling. And exhaling. And then lower that arm down. Feel free to roll the shoulders. Let's inhale both arms. So bring the palms together, relax the top of the shoulders. On an inhale, as both arms go back, we're going to bring our gaze up, lift the chin, lift the heart. And as we exhale, as our palms come forward, tuck your chin and pull your belly and round out the back of the spine. Inhale. So arms are flowing in and out, spine is doing a cat-cow. If you're bumping into the back of your chair, in your cat, scoot forward a little bit. Let's go through it 2 more times. Inhaling and exhaling. One more inhale. One more exhale. And then inhale. One more opening. Lift your heart, relax your arms a little bit. One more breath. Release the top of your shoulders, and then let's exhale, bring hands to hearts. And float our hands to our lap. Coming back to seated mountain pose. Let's take a breath or 2 here. We're going to walk our feet wide. Knees are bent. Ankles are directly below our knees. We're going to inhale, arms reaching overhead. As we exhale, we're going to find our cactus arms with this wide stance. Holding here. So press through both feet. Draw the shoulder blades on the back. Gently lengthen through the crown of the head. Spread out through the fingers. Feel all the muscles working. One more inhalation. Exhale. We're going to just start to hinge forward a little bit, activating through our core. So imagine you're gazing over the edge of a canyon and you don't want to fall over. Take one more inhalation, exhale, float the hands to the top of the thighs, hug the elbows in, exhale, go a little bit farther. So we're moving into a wide leg forward fold here. Feel free to adjust your feet a little bit, maybe ankle in or out a little bit more. Take one more inhalation. This time as we exhale, we're just going to slide our hands down. We're supported on our forearms. And now let your head relax a little bit. Let your low back release. Take a few breaths here. So in this forward fold position, our head is above our hearts. So if we have any issues with pressure, either eye pressure, blood pressure, sinus pressure, we want to stay here in our forward fold. We're still releasing, relaxing. Let those hips sink to the chair. Let that low back release. Let the head hang a little bit lower. If we'd like a little deeper forward fold on our next exhalation, we're just going to let our arms release and hang. Let our head hang a little bit farther. So now our head might be below our heart. So we don't want to stay here if we have those pressure issues. Take 3 breaths in our forward fold. And then to come out of our forward fold, we're going to slide both our forearms and then bring our palms back to our thighs, hug our elbows into our side. Shoulder blades on our back, belly in. Next inhale, we're going to slowly unhinge from the hips. Keeping our low back safe as we come all the way back up. Take a breath or two here. Feel free to roll the shoulders. And then holding on to our chairs, maybe scoot our hips a little bit farther forward. Legs are still nice and wide. We're going to start to do our little windshield. So we're going to inhale, let the left knee drop down and in, bring it back out, and then let the right knee drop down. So warming up our hips a little bit. 2 areas of our body that can get really tight and short, or the muscles kind of shorten as they tighten up, is our low back, which we just stretched out, and the front of our hips. So the next time we've got one knee down, we're going to slide sideways, and then we're going to slide our hip off. So our knee and our hip are in alignment. We can be on our toes with our heel reaching back. That's a nice stretch for our the sole of our foot, or we can bring the top of our foot down. Because again, we don't have a lot of flexibility in our foot. Slide that leg back if it's comfortable. Add the arm reaching overhead, opening up the front of the hip. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Maybe lift the heart, lift the gaze, crescent lunge. Breathing here. We want to feel relaxed. We want to feel strong. We want to feel centered and calm in our poses. So adjust till you find that just right pose for you today. One more inhalation as we exhale. Let's bring our arm down. Let's bring our leg back. And then we're going to swing back front, scoot to the front of the chair, widen your legs, a few more windshields. So knee down and the other knee down. So remembering which side we already stretched. Let's move to the other side. Drop the knee, slide that hip off. The other foot plants, we hold on to the chair with our hand, stay on our toes, bring the top of our foot down. So our knee can stay a little bit forward. We want to work towards it being in line with our hip, or maybe we can even bring it a little farther back. Feel free to stay here with our hand on our hip, or maybe our arm can reach overhead as well. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Lift the heart. Breathe. Find that calm center in this pose. One more inhalation. Exhale. We're going to float the arm down. We're going to bring the leg back, and we're going to swing forward. And take a breath or two here. Taking a breath or two here. We're going to do one more spinal twist. So we're going to do our washing machine twist today. So we're going to start from seated mountain. Hips on our chair, feet on the floor, spine is aligned as we cross our arms. Connecting with our breath. On our inhale, we're going to open up some space between the vertebrae of our spine. As we exhale, we're going to gently twist to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Back to center. I'm going to go to the right one more time. And center. And to the left one more time. And center. From here, we're going to slide our hands off our shoulders till we just have our forearms stacked. So we've got holding on to opposite elbows. Relax the top of your shoulders. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist to the right from here. So you decide how much of a twist you want to add for your neck and head. Head can be facing forward, we can go sideways, or you can look over your shoulder if that's comfortable for your neck. As we come back to center, slide your arms apart till just the fingertips are touching, and then bring your hands close. So thumbs are sticking out and resting on our chest. Relax the top of your shoulders. Inhale, nice long spine. Exhale, twist to the right. Maybe we can look over that elbow and back to center. But if not, that's okay too. Again, we're moving with our breath. We're listening to our body. We're finding our range of motion. One more twist to the right and center. One more twist to the left and center. Last time, depending on how much room you have and how your shoulders feel, we're going to extend either the back arm that we're twisting or both arms. So let's inhale, nice long spine. Exhale as we twist to the right. Right arm's going to reach out, maybe the left arm as well. And then exhale, everything comes back to center. To the left as we inhale. Left arm or both arms, back to center. One more time to the right. And center. One more time to the left. And center. Release your arms down. Let's do a few shoulder rolls. And then relaxing our hands in a comfortable position. Take an inhale here. Exhale. Chin is going to gently release towards our chest. Next inhalation, right ear rolls to the right shoulder. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder. Back to center. One more time, right ear to right shoulder. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Back to center. Left ear to left shoulder. And back to center. Next inhale, let's float our chin back up till it's parallel to the floor. So to add one more component to our balance, we're going to do our alternate nostril breathing to balance the energy that we're feeling within. So we're going to need our right hand. I'm not going to mirror this. So right hand, we're going to use our right thumb and our right ring finger. So we're going to close off our right nostril with our thumb. Inhale through the left nostril. Close the left nostril and exhale through the right nostril. Inhale through the right, close, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left, close, exhale through the right. Inhale right, exhale left. Continue this breathing pattern. If it doesn't feel comfortable for you, just breathe in and out through both nostrils. But we're balancing the energy. Closing one nostril, breathing through the other at a time. Take your time, nice long relaxing inhalations. Stay with the rhythm of your breath. Doing one or two more rounds, and we're going to end this alternate nostril breathing with an exhalation through the right nostril, and then we can place our right hand down And continue breathing in our own rhythm. Nice, long, relaxing inhalations and exhalations. And as we begin to transition into final relaxation, the last pose of our practice, which allows our body to incorporate everything we've done, absorb it, integrate it, to find our new center, our new balance. Feel free to move and stretch any way that feels good. Feel free to grab socks or a sweater or a quick drink. And then once more, let's find a comfortable seated mountain pose. Stacking our joints once more, knees over ankles, knees and hips, hips and shoulders, chin parallel to the floor. For final relaxation, if we can maintain this integrity of our mountain pose, we can lightly use the support of the back of the chair, but it's much more strengthening for us to use just our muscles. I read this morning that part of our problem with sitting, it's not necessarily that we sit so much, but that we sit totally supported, that we don't have to use the muscles in our back. So we tend to have weak backs here in our modern day world, at least in the developed world. Back in the day, only queens and kings got backs on their chairs. Everybody else had stools. So we're getting very spoiled, and it's making our bodies weaker. So let's take a few moments, feel that inner strength and stability. Connect with the rhythm of our breath, the gentle flow of inhalation and exhalation through our nose. Again, scanning through our bodies to release any overly tense muscles. Once more, find that inner balance, left to right, front and back, till we almost feel suspended in our posture, every muscle working together. Our face is free of stress and tension. Our neck and shoulders are relaxed. Our arms resting comfortably and fully. Fingers and hands relaxed. Relax the muscles between our shoulder blades. Relax the muscles across our low back. Let our hips relax to our chairs as we let our legs, our feet, our toes relax. We're fully present in the moment. We're connected with the relaxing rhythmic flow of our breath. Feeling calm, feeling an inner peace and stillness, where we can rest and enjoy final relaxation today. Please feel free to stay in final relaxation for as long as you'd like. But when we're ready, we're gently going to begin waking up our bodies as we slowly start to move and stretch. Move our shoulders, our hips, gently turn our head, wiggle our fingers and toes, stretch our arms and legs any way that feels good. Stay relaxed, stay centered, stay with our breath as we bring hands together in front of our hearts. In these last few moments of our practice, let's acknowledge everything we're feeling at this moment, remembering everything we did through our practice, feeling our strength, our focus, feeling balanced, feeling centered. Taking one last inhalation as we gather up everything that we're feeling, and as we exhale, draw it within, sealing it in our hearts to bring with us to enjoy through our day and weekend. Thank you for being here this morning. Namaste.